Hey, guess what?
What?
It's time now for
Toy Tengoku!
Brought to you by HobbyLink Japan and the letter C. C is for
Cold from hell.
I have the cold from hell. But yet, here we are to bring you the latest, greatest, well, the actual continuation of our coverage of the latest, greatest.
Cool stuff from HobbyLink Japan.
Yeah.
Today I'll be giving the Figma Dorothy Wayneright, the android woman from the Big O, a body upgrade, courtesy of Tokyo Doll's Numer body. We'll check that out later. It'll be pretty wild.
And I will continue to build, I will finish building the Object, which came from Bandai's Saint Cloth Crown Sagittarius Seiya. And we will finish assembling the Object, and then after that, I am going to open the brand new Devilman figure that's come out from Q6.
Oh, cool.
So hey, that's coming up. The Object is built from the pieces that were formerly on the body of Sagittarius Seiya. We've taken the pieces off the cloth, or the armor, they've all come off of there, and they've gone on to what we formerly called the Ghost of Popy, which was a plastic, clear plastic frame, and the parts have all gone on. Some of the arm parts, when the parts were on the Seiya, some of the parts are actually kind of nestled inside other parts, like the arm parts were, and then you would disassemble them so that you had two where there were one before. And those went onto the legs. And then the chest parts were used to build the upper body. The bow and the arrow are separate parts. Those weren't used on the Seiya, though you are able to have the Seiya also hold the bow if you want. There are hands included to do that. So now I've built the torso, I've built the body, and first though, I'm going to put on the pauldrons. Now the pauldrons I had not put on Sagittarius Seiya last week because the ball joints, it just seemed like if you were going to put them on there, they're going to stay on there, and I was afraid I would break it trying to pry it back off. Since then I got to thinking and thought, well, maybe if I had heated them first, maybe it could have gone in a little easier, but I'll do that when I build the Sagittarius Seiya for good, because I plan to have him in the cloth rather than have the Object be what I keep on display. So, the pauldrons though, they go into here. There are little slots. There are little slots.
So the pauldrons go on his butt?
Yeah. No, they go on his back.
Oh.
You see the legs fall off with alarming regularity, but you just pop them back in. The pauldrons fit into these little slots on the back area. It's almost like a saddle kind of thing.
Oh, I see.
It's kind of like a double-edged,
makes sense now,
hingy saddle. And this had come off of the this part here. It goes onto here. So now you have built the back. And there's your typical, what you call that, the peg.
Ball and socket type of
No,
joint,
no,
or
it's just a straight peg. Just a straight peg.
So this thing isn't necessarily posable?
No,
it
it's
just
not posable at
stands there and
all.
looks cool.
That's right.
Okay.
It is not posable. The
Just
figure
like
is
some people
posable.
we know, just stands there and looks cool.
I don't know anyone who looks as cool as this.
That's true. That's true. You know, you're there.
There we go.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
Is that great?
Wow. That'd be a great hood ornament on a car.
I'm trying to think of a smarty remark that that deserves, but I cannot. So now, probably what's going to work best is if I put the wings on first. The wing assembly is the same as on the figure. It's the same Javi. It fits into the back just the same as on the figure. go.
Oh, that sounded good.
Yep.
Good solid snap.
And now we shall once again do the docking. Trying to assemble him without poking one's eye out.
That's where glasses can come in very handy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, I even more now think that would be a great hood ornament on a car. That's really amazing.
There's a little hole in his hand that the end of the arrow sets into.
Mm-hmm.
Turn him around here.
That is very cool.
There's his hinder. There we go. Now he is able to stand on his own, but the base, if you want to have him on the base, there's a separate attachment, which is a bar, as opposed to the V shape that would hold up the figure. It's a bar that goes straight across, and you would just prop that under there. But he's able to stand on his own, so I'm not going to fool with it.
Wow, that looks really cool.
Yeah, that is very, very awesome. Wings are posable, the body doesn't move, and that is the object.
That's the object of the object.
That's right.
To just stand there and look awesome.
Object has been accomplished.
Yay! Today's mission is to give our Dorothy Wayneright, the android girl from the Big O, a body upgrade, which is going to come courtesy of the nice people at Tokyo Doll and their 1/12 scale Numer body. Now, Numer is a contraction for nude elastomer. This body is made of silicone, which is derived from silicon. Thank you very much to the person on YouTube who pointed out the difference between those two things for me. It's made of medical grade silicone for a very realistic feel. Same sort of stuff that's used on high grade prosthetic limbs. So you just can't tell the difference pretty much between that and real flesh.
Wow.
So this body comes nicely wrapped up.
Uh-oh. Is it naughty nude?
It's naughty nude, but I tell you what, I have already taken advantage. I've already taken care of that. This is very detailed, very accurate, very anatomically correct, shall we say. So I've made her a kind of a weird little bikini here. I'd like to point out that the bikini is made of Hawaiian print fabric. Also, she's squishy. Ooh. It is very realistic. This is a very realistic feeling sort of material. It's if you're used to dealing with vinyl dolls, it's going to be quite a different experience for you, and it's really neat. It's kind of cool. It's unusual. Might take a little bit getting used to, but it is very neat at the same time. Oh, if you could just give me a hand with that and get that thing back together. So as you can see, this poor young lady has no head, no hands, and no feet. And as I may have said before, the idea behind that is so that she can use the head, hands, and feet that belong to any other sort of 1/12 scale figure. They specifically, I believe they specifically say Figmas, but you can probably use the head off a Rebel Tech also, because those tend to be 1/12 scale too. So what we're going to do is we've got Dorothy here from the Big O. As you can see, she's feeling a little feisty today. So I'm going to just go ahead and remove her head, if you'll excuse me. Arg. And we're just going to put the head right there on that body. And how about that? Instant upgrade for Dorothy's body there. It's pretty slick. Now we're just going to slip the hands in place. There goes one hand, and here's the other one. Oh, and in case it, whoops, there goes the body.
Well, you take off the head, and that's going to happen.
Yeah, that happens every time I take off my head. This body does have a flexible wire and skeleton inside of it, so that you can pose her pretty much any way you want.
Is it wire, or is it articulated?
Well, you know, I think they say it's wire, but I think it might be some articulated plastic in there. Oh, and the other neat thing is, eep, her top is slipping, good Lord. Yikes.
Because she sees the camera.
Don't flash the audience.
Woohoo, boys.
Oh, darn. Could you hold her for a minute for me? Thank you.
Look, she's wading in a chocolate pool.
Well, somebody has to. Tokyo Doll has thoughtfully included what they literally call rubber socks. So what comes in this little plastic bag is just a couple of small navy blue rubber sheath-like items that you can put on her lower legs to assist in the assembly of the legs. Just makes it look a little bit better. And I think in this case it will look a little bit better because Dorothy is, after all, wearing black boots or shoes, and that's going to look a little silly with the bathing suit, but I'm not going to worry about it too terribly much. These just go on there really, really easy. They just sort of slip on. It's hard to tell if there's an up or a down on them, so I'm just sort of guessing here. Would you mind hanging on to her for a moment for me? Thank you.
She's gonna squishy.
Just take off Dorothy's feet real quick. You can do that with an Android. Or a gynoid.
So instead of it's squishy, it's squishy.
And the feet just slip right on in there. Hey, this is easy. It's easier than I thought.
She gets a body like that, she becomes very easy.
Hey now, don't be talking bad about Dorothy. There you go. Pretty slick, huh?
Wow.
So just in case you happen to have a Figma or a Rebeltech woman that would like to have a body upgrade, like to hang around looking sleek and sexy, you got that South Beach look, these Numer dolls from Tokyo Doll are your ticket to fame and fortune, or something.
Now there's different sizes, right? Where it says small, medium, large, and extra large. This one is the...
referring to the bosom size.
The bosom.
The bosom size,
oh,
yes. This is the extra large. And I have to tell you, this is a very detailed sculpt on this body. This is very detailed. That's why I have the bikini on her, because this is, after all, a family show, or we like to think so anyway. So there you go. There she is. I think she looks pretty fabulous.
Yeah. Well, it's just about time to say goodbye to Bandai's Saint Cloth Crown Sagittarius Seiya. But before we do, we did get a question about the articulation of the figure, which I hadn't talked a lot about because of, when putting on the armor and the cloth and all. But we have the interchangeable head. This is Ioros, and I've popped his head on instead of Seiya's. And I thought I'd just show a little bit about the articulation. There's a little bit of articulation in the waist. You can pose a little bit. You can make him sit. You can make him do this. And his feet are jointed to help with...
I think that's really cool that they have the joint in the middle of the foot like that. That's really cool. I like that a lot.
Make him stand. There's at least 2 sets of hands, maybe 3. I've got that part packed away now. But the arms are quite articulated. He can strike various poses, so he's pretty darn articulated. Head goes up.
He's got that nice rotating joint in the upper arm, which allows some fairly realistic motion in the arm, too.
Yeah, and he's got, the elbow can't bend backwards. There's a definite elbow there. So quite nicely articulated. So this is Ioros, and pretty soon he will turn back to Seiya and be wearing his cloth and wings and be a magnificent piece. I am really, really impressed with this piece.
That's
this
very
is
nice.
Just light years
Really
beyond
nice
the smaller myth cloth figures.
Yeah.
So that's Ioros. And now what I've been waiting for.
Oh boy.
The Devilman figure.
You've been waiting for this for a long time.
I've been waiting for, several weeks, yeah. And my order came in. There are 2 versions of the figure. I ordered the limited edition version of the figure. Let me set the object over here. This is it. Q6 has brought out this Devilman figure. I thought this would be a good thing to show off today because I have the Cold from Hell. And this is the Devilman Gate of Hell, Shigoku no Mon figure. There are 2 versions of it. This just came out this month from Q6. There are 2 versions of it. There's the regular version where he's like the flesh-colored sculpt. And then there is the Genteban, which is, the boxes are the same, but this says the Genteban sticker, which means it's the limited edition.
The Gates O' Hell edition.
Gates O' Hell. No, they're both Gates O' Hell.
Both
but
Gates
the
O' Hell,
difference... Now, this is a sculpt of Devilman out of the manga. Back in the 70s, about 72, I think it was, there was the Devilman TV series in which he was made not so hairy. Actually, the manga and the TV series started at about the same time, and they just kind of branched off. And Devilman just kind of got much more wilder and hairier and shaggier and more monstrous in the manga. And so this is a sculpt of the manga version Devilman.
So they're two different sculpts.
No, the sculpt is the same.
Oh, it is.
The difference is that the limited edition version, let's do it from the side.
All right.
Thanks. The limited edition version is painted a bluish color like Devilman was in the TV series.
Oh, cool.
So he's not the TV sculpt Devilman with the pointy
arrow there.
Pointy belt buckle and stuff. Arrow. Without the pointy belt buckle and stuff, but he is great. The arrow comes off, and then what do you do?
I think you probably open it at that point.
I don't care. I'm going to slice it. This is mine, all mine, and I will do with what I want. It's mine, all mine, but we still have them in stock at HobbyLink.
Oh, it's the base.
It's the base. Wow. Would you
says
do the
sure.
honors? And then, open Devilman. Because Devilman is my favorite manga.
The base says Devilman, just so you know.
All right. Devilman is my favorite manga, and so I was very excited about this figure.
Looks like they've packed it pretty economically, too. They seem to have...
I expect the wings and the tail are going to be separate pieces from the main body. And this is probably the wings and the tail. So Devilman is my favorite manga, and so I thought I would treat myself to this fine figure, but I just kind of, oh, yeah, you know what this is?
Oh, is that the mask?
Yeah, it's the
cool.
mask that Ro made Akira put on so that he could see the world of demons.
The world of demons.
Ooh, and this, there's the mask.
There it is.
And it goes down into here.
So where does Devilman go? Oh, I see. That's the base of the base.
And then there's a hole in here and in there.
In his noggin.
Look, oh, it's Devilman. And see, he is painted blue like in the TV version. But he has the hairy
look. The hairy lower legs. Whereas in the TV show, he kind of looked more like a superhero, sort of.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
cool.
then those will set into, probably should have done this before putting them in the base.
What is this? Is this a PVC thing, or is this polystone, or?
I believe this is, well, this is resin.
Cool.
We just have them kind of sitting in there for now. And then his tail. This means the bottom part is going to be the wings.
Careful with that tail.
Oh, yeah. When we first started taking orders for this, I was a little skeptical because there is no tail in the sample thing. And I'm like,
that's right, I remember that.
Devilman, where's his tail? I don't want that if they can't do his tail. And then I got to thinking and said, well, maybe the tail is just, the tail sets in there, but thanks to gravity, it might be best to put a little bit of sticky wax in there too, or glue it if you plan to keep it that way. And then it's wings time. This is really nice. What do you think of that sculpt?
That's nice. It's really cool. It's very detailed.
I know you also like Devilman.
Yeah.
We are both members of the Devilman fan club.
Absolutely.
So why don't you talk about the sculpt while I wrestle out the wings?
Well, it's really cool. I like how they made the mask look stone-like. That's really cool. And he's got nice shaggy legs, but he's got, you can see definitely the muscle structure under his legs there. And he's that's a neat pose. It's almost like, you know, that old statue of the thinker, except of course it's Devilman. So he's probably just trying to think about, what demon should I rip apart next?
Oh, he's thinking it's tragic.
Well, sure, but
Devilman's existence is a tragic existence because he has a human. He's human inside, but with the body of a demon.
He has a human heart, but a demon's body.
And so I'm doing that backwards, aren't I? Yep.
Oh, cool. Careful, don't poke yourself in the eye. We're going to have the camera guy get a look at this, but the wings are like translucent. It looks really cool. It looks like real, like bat wings really would look.
To start with.
That is really cool.
Oh, this is really nice.
This is really nice. I don't think I've ever seen a Q6 piece in person before. This is really nice.
Backwards, aren't I?
No, I think you got it right. You got it right.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there's just a piece of schwutz on that wing. There
Yeah,
you go.
it's all the styrofoam.
Wow, that's
Styrofoam
amazing.
tabs.
Check that out.
And there
That is really
is
cool.
Devilman.
That is really
That's really cool. Look, he's got little fangs and stuff.
Wow.
Yay, it is the TV version.
And his wings even have like a texture, kind of. So it kind of looks like textured skin. It's hard to explain, but it's really, really cool.
I like what's going on with the tail too. This is great because I'd been concerned there was no tail with the figure from the prototype pictures.
And it looks really nicely balanced too.
Yeah.
That is quite amazing.
Right, so that is Devilman, and I am a happy camper. I've got
cool.
a great Devilman figure now, or figure.
Yes.
They're not action figures.
No. They stand there and look cool.
I have something nice for my office. You know, that was a lot of excitement right there. But
yeah.
now it's time for even more because it's
Questions time.
questions time.
Woo!
And the first question is, which is both of your favorite Gundam anime and characters? I'll let you answer first.
Oh, okay. Well,
Don't steal my answer.
oh, okay. I'll do my darndest not to. The only Gundam I've ever actually been able to make it all the way through is Gundam Wing. I really enjoyed that. Never was able to decide whether I liked Duo or Ufei best, however. So
Wow.
there you go. Although I did enjoy Shaw's counterattack as well, but that was a long time ago. So, how about you?
Oh man, well I'm kind of partial to the first Gundam because that was the first one I saw.
Because you're old school.
It was really, really groundbreaking for the time.
Yeah.
I mean, there was really nothing like it at that time.
Yeah.
And you know, everybody was, you know, it was the serious robot show. There was the super robots, but that brought a lot of people into anime, and I'm just kind of partial to first Gundam. I liked Gundam Wing too. I'd kind of like to see more G Gundam just because it's so outre, so out there. Kind of like to see more of that. My favorite character, I mean, this will go back to first Gundam too, but everybody at that time was like, oh, I like Sha. Oh no, I like Amuro. Oh, it has to be one or the other. Screw it. Kai Shiden is the man. Kai Shiden, he's my favorite. So he has to be somebody's favorite, so I'll claim him, Kai Shiden.
Yay.
Okay, now next question. Saint Seiya Gold Cloth is a 1/6 scale, but is it equal to a 1/6 scale Obitsu doll? I think 1/6 scale is 1/6 scale.
1/6 scale is
isn't it?
1/6 scale. So your Saint Seiya figure here would be able to hang out with a 1/6 scale Obitsu doll. There may be differences in the proportions. My first thought would be that the Obitsu doll would probably have a smaller and perhaps slimmer head, but because of all that hair, you know. But 1/6 scale is 1/6 scale, and they're going to be basically the same size, so they can hang out with no trouble.
Okay, and then today's last question. Last one. So are you true collectors? What stuff do you collect? Are you a true collector?
I've been collecting stuff since I was 4. I would guess that would make me a true collector.
Does that qualify?
I think so.
So what do you collect?
Well, in addition to anime toys and anime character dolls, among some of the many, many other categories of things I collect chiefly are Breyer model horses, small porcelain miniature animals, stuff related to Snoopy and the Peanuts comic strip, and Hawaiian shirts.
What's all that Momotaros on your desk then?
Oh, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing to see here.
Well, I collect, wow, so much stuff. I like to collect anime cells, anime Genga artwork. And I really, really like anime graphics, like especially from the 70s. Big, big ones. So, like, I really like stuff that's printed with large graphics, like swim rings and inflatable pools and like thermoses.
Oh, thermoses, yeah.
And cups. I really like
Tea sets.
Yeah, well, or teacups and rice bowls.
Oh, yeah,
that are
yeah.
printed, like with anime things that have come out for certain series as part of the merchandising. I've got a whole sideboard full of
You do
those.
have some amazing, amazing stuff in your collection.
I just really like
Absolutely.
weird 70s anime stuff. But as far as toy lines, we collect various toys too. But the only thing that usually it's for shows that I like 70s and 80s robots primarily. Although my favorite anime is Ashita no Joe. But you know, but for robots like anything Godmars or Galvion or Govarian or Diapodon. Diapodon. But
is that the one that looked like a football player?
Yeah. Actually, the Toy Tengoku is kind of a tribute to, I bet you didn't even suspect that it's kind of like a tribute to Diapolon.
Really?
When he forms, it goes, Diapolon! So like, Toy Tengoku!
Oh, I had no idea.
But the one toy line that I'm trying to find more of is this from the 70s. It's a Popy toy line called Peace Maker. And this came out in the late 70s. Probably 77, 78 or so. And it's various robots from Toy animation. Toy, like, you know, there's Great Mazinger, the Boss Bo-Rod is one. Get a Robo G was on. This here is Poseidon from Get a Robo G. And the neat thing about this packaging, I really dig like the lime green plastic on here.
You gotta like that.
But it's also designed in a way that you can lift the plastic and back and take them out. Play with them.
That's cool.
This is die-cast metal.
Wow.
And there were two versions of these that were done. Some were painted, some were unpainted.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen a painted one.
Yeah, I think they're the rarer of the ones.
Cool.
And you know, you could just go on Yahoo Japan auctions and buy them up or something, but I'd rather search. It's a lot more fun having something to search for in the shops here in Japan.
The hunt can be fun.
That's right. So this is the toy line that I'm enjoying collecting right now is Popy's Peace Maker. So okay.
It's really cool.
So that's what we collect.
So I guess that'll about wrap it up for this episode, huh?
I believe so. So next time, what are you thinking about doing next time?
I don't really know yet. I don't think I've made that decision yet.
Oh, well, I know what I'm doing. Last time, I said that we'd be going off to outer space.
Yes,
Remember that?
and you lied to me, didn't you?
Well, but it's because I had the Cold from Hell and the Devilman Gates from Hell came out. So we're just kind of postponing that. Next time, we're off to outer space.
Oh boy.
We're leaving Mother Earth.
To save the human race.
And we're going to find the Yukikaze. So maybe you can help me out with
I'll
that.
do my best.
All right. We will have a Yamato episode next time.
Yamato special episode.
And that'll be
next time.
Coming up next on
Toy
Tengoku. See you then.